Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Serious Crime 101. We are going to be discussing a prolific serial killer known only as Richard Sanchi, and he was also known as the Pawn Shop Killer. So he was very prolific in Iowa in the 1960s, and during this time he had a reigning period of about 40 years where he would just kill nonstop, and he got away with a lot of it too because back then there weren't many cameras and the cops were also not around as much, so he was okay to do what he wanted.
And the twisted part is he would sell pieces of his victims and their items. I don't know
What?
the fuck. I wanted to add the pawn shop thing, but I don't know how.
You can just...
Going back to his early ages, Richard Sanchi was often bullied as a young child for being very short and overweight, so he would often take out all of his anger and rage on little animals. This was just the beginning of what would become a terrible crime for the entire country.
And what made it worse was that he was born with only 2 left feet, so he would get bullied on the playground because he couldn't play tag. So the kids would tag him and then run away fast and he couldn't keep up. And that's part of the reason why he was so overweight. It was very hard to lose weight when you couldn't walk correctly.
Reports say that kids would often throw him to the ground and laugh at him for being so fat and short, which also caused him to write down a list for whenever he grew older, he would hunt those down that crossed him and enact his revenge as the pawn shop killer.
And what was the worst of all of this in his childhood years wasn't even the animal killing. His favorite drink was Coca-Cola, and he would spend a large amount of his childhood drinking it, which added to his weight gain and also a bit of a hunger that could never be filled.
Because the only thing that wasn't sweet in his diet was his thirst for killing.
So he vowed that one day he would take revenge on all of his bullies, and with that list, he was gonna use it to
take revenge. But he kind of forgot about this actually as he got a bit older. So that was all when he was in about kindergarten. And then whenever he got to junior high and middle school, he kind of was like, he was more okay with his life, and he was now 5'2" and 183, but he was okay with it. He was rocking it like a pro. So he went through high school, and basically
He began working with his dad that owned a pawn shop, which got him into liking pawn shops quite a lot. And he gained a keen eye for discount items, so he would use this to resell the things he bought on Depop to make a large sum of money so he could move to Montana years later.
And very fortunately, he made around $80 in total, and this was back in 1960, so it was about $100 nowadays. So he actually made quite a bit selling items and stuff.
So by the time he graduated, he was ready to move and open up his own pawn shop in Montana, where he would use his good looks and appearance, along with his charisma, to lure in victims.
And so when he moved to Montana, he opened his own pawn shop that was actually very good. It had a very large place where he could sell. So he would use this to sell items. But unfortunately, all that he took with him whenever he left was just one grocery bag full of items because, well, he wasn't very strong and he had to worry about more of his own clothes because they don't sell very many XL shirts that are that small. So,
and he didn't plan on selling any of his own stuff. He had plans to sell something bigger,
More sinister than anyone could have ever imagined by looking at him.
So we get to the pawn shop. He opens up a pawn shop that is actually called Finders Keepers. And he takes this store and he buys it and he spends around $99 on it. Or $79. He spent $79. That was today's money, but $79 on it, and he buys the whole store. And the owners, they actually give him the key, and they give him a message. They say, "Son, I respect you for your appeal to business, and I hope that everything goes good for you, and that nothing bad happens, and that you are safe in this Montana world, because I know I wasn't."
And he took this to heart and always thought of it. He was a very wealthy man for the time, because to buy the pawn shop, $79 translated for inflation for today would be around $1.3 million to buy the building. So
So he was very fortunate to be able to afford such a building at only 17 years old. And at this time, after he got the building, he decided that he was going to try to lose a little bit of weight, but unfortunately, it did not work.
because the first time that he stepped foot into a gym and he attempted to pick up the dumbbells, his arms snapped immediately.
Immediately, which led him to not be able to later on not be able to sell as much as he would like to, because he can't examine things with only one arm.
So, from this accident, this freak accident that had occurred, he decided that he was going to make his store very disabled friendly.
That's very sweet.
And so he had a ramp outside, and one of the first people to use this ramp was none other than legendary vocalist Chappelle Roan. So, Chappelle Roan had had rolled into the store, and she was deciding on what to buy. She didn't really have a clue. She was new to the pawn shop niche, so she rolled in there and was interested in what could be there. And Richard Sanchi had a little item that he had been working on. It was basically a new way to push a wheelchair if you were in the wheelchair yourself and you didn't have very many friends or anything like that. So he decided, he was like, "Hey, I might as well show you, Chappelle, what this is." So he takes her to the back, and he's going to show her what this item is. And he says, "Hey, I'm going to attach this to the wheelchair, and all I need you to do is push this button, and it should push you forward. But things don't always work out as they seem."
Reports say that they heard a loud explosion and a splat against the wall. This would make sense because whenever crime analytics got to the scene, they found that her head had been blown smooth off. In an attempt to clean up the mess, he tried to sell her clothes at the store, and they were actually bought by a few customers. And he made quite a bit of money off of this, so he used that to buy even more supplies to finish cleaning up.
And from this little accident that had occurred, where he sold Chappelle Roan's items, he actually found out that he could make a lot more money by selling stuff that he found.
Since this worked so well, he formed a plan in his head, and for some reason he was like, "Wait, I actually kind of enjoy doing this, and I liked the kill."
Even though he necessarily didn't set up the invention himself, he thought, "Hey, well, if I can keep my hands clean and also get some money out of it, I might as well try it on some other people." So he took her house key that she had because she was in a wheelchair. He took her house key, got to her house, and decided to take a few more items that she had lying around. And he sold those because he didn't have much inventory. And he actually got quite a bit of money.
He got quite a bit of money from this, and so later on, he used this to build his latest invention to lure in his newest victim.
He invented a game called Fortnite.
This was perfect because then he could go on call with people and offer them or tell them about his pawn shop.
It's over.
Yeah.
This
No.
has been terrible.
No, it's not. We can still edit it.
You're kidding me.
I think it's still good.
Why is this so hard to do?
This video is not. This will not do good.
You don't know that.
No.
Let's just go.
Welcome back to Serious Tales from the Crimes of the World. Our story starts in a little town of Iowa. Our main suspect, Henry Smith, from a young age, he was very troubled, and he had these urges to kill small animals.
And maybe
The-
someday bigger.
The kids of the neighborhood would often see him killing, and they would call him Psycho. Over the years, as they called him it more and more, it stuck, and he just went with it. He embraced the name Psycho, and one day made all of the children of the town have a reason to call him Psycho.
They already had a reason. You would shut. Okay, hold up. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Crime Talks from the Real World 101. Today, we are talking about a killer known as Henry Smith. Little backstory of Henry Smith. He grew up in a little town called Iowa in the United States of America. And he lived on a little street called North Liberty.
As a young boy, he would often trek into the woods to find animals and torment them. He had a thirst to kill, and small creatures were the only thing that could satisfy it. The young children of the neighborhood would see this and call him Psycho. He didn't mind it. He thought it was fitting for how he perceived his own self. Because down the line, over the years, he would...
You see, little Henry Smith was only 5'2" and 190 pounds, so he was used to being called names, but he decided that the animals would be his therapy.
It was a de-stress for him. When he had a bad day and his dad hit him, he would go to the woods, kill a few, choke a few. It was just the usual Saturday for him. Being a psycho was easy. It just came naturally to him. It was his passion.
The only problem is, Saturday evenings can only stay Saturday evenings for so long. Eventually, he started doing it on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays, and then
Even on Sunday church.
pretty much every other month.
Once the local forest's animals went extinct from his prolific killings,
He realized that something had to be done. So, in an attempt to fix what he had done, at only 17 years old, Henry Smith moved from the little town of Iowa and moved to Idaho.
this is where he found that there were no animals, so he had to satisfy his urges with other living creatures.
He knew what his first mark would be. All the kids that called him Psycho and started this all.
He saved some money from Idaho working at McDonald's, and he used this money to make his way back to Iowa. And now with a new plan of life and a new idea, his first stop back in Iowa was Menards.
He picked up 5 items: a machete,
We should stop because of the train.
a rope.
Oh.
We're right.
One.
He went to Menards to pick up 5 items only. The first thing that he grabbed was a machete. The second thing, a rope. The third,
Some bleach.
some bleach. The fourth thing, plastic, tarp, and metal bins. All of this he would use to bury his victims.
And he also bought a Kit Kat.
He was having trouble with his diet, so he had to buy a Kit Kat.
So he went home, and there he started practicing his knife throwing.
Not a machete.
He can still throw with a machete.
So after he got back home from his Menards trip, he enjoyed that lovely Kit Kat. And then he looked at his door, and he didn't like the way it was framed. So he took his machete he had just bought and started practicing throwing it at the door, just to see what it felt like to throw a machete.
He was unnaturally good at it. Every single time, he hit it directly where he was aiming. So he went around the town, free throwing
No,
the machete
Threw it
at
all the way off. Bro.
we had a plan.
That's gonna be funny. He was just like trick shot.
Charlie, you can do that after, bro.
Okay, let's take it back.
He was unnaturally good at throwing, then what?
Yeah, he was unnaturally good at throwing the machete at the door, exactly where he wanted it every time. His aim, more precise than a laser crafted by scientists. He was, frankly, psychopathic at it. But there comes a time when the fun has to end. His dad unknowingly was about to open the door and let him know that he had clogged the toilet.
So the next throw, his
I figured someone should be like, "Hey, son," like, and then you just hear like,
Yeah.
it's like,
his dad walked into the. His dad opened the door as he was about to throw and said, "Hey, son, sorry, I just clogged the toilet." Crack.
I like how his dad's like a nice guy, but he's supposed to be abusive.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, son.
His dad's head cracked into it.
It's better.
Both. His head split in two, and his brain flew at the wall with the machete.
Listen. So, he was practicing throwing his machete, and he had laser accuracy every time, perfect, no fails at all. But there comes a time when the fun has to end, and unfortunately, this ending was like none other. He was practicing throwing when, unknowingly, his dad was about to walk in the room. His dad, making 5 steps towards his door, creak, 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 creak.
Hey, son, sorry, I just clogged the toilet.
And then, as soon as it happened, boom. The machete goes right through his head.
There was blood gushing from his windpipe. You could see it all over his shirt.
And poor Henry had no idea that he had just killed his dad. All that he knew was that there was red mist everywhere, and that his dad was crying.
Crying as his brain slipped out of his head onto the ground, and their dog came and ate all of it. Henry knew what had to happen. He killed the dog and buried both them in his backyard.
And he vowed to never kill again.
As a respect for his dad and the dog. And the dog actually, he liked the dog a bit more, so he poured a little beer from his dad's garage into it.
Now this was the start of Henry's normal life.
So, with this normal life, he decided he was no longer going to be 5'2", or in 180 pounds.
He
So,
got leg... Oh, okay, yeah. What?
He decided he was going to be 5'2", because there's no problem with that. And he decided that no more Kit Kats and a lot of other bad things he was drinking and eating. So he started eating more potato chips to try to lose the weight. And he actually ended up losing about around 2.5 pounds in the span of 2 years.
Which is pretty good, and one of his old classmates actually noticed this, and she was like, "Hey, I noticed you lost some weight. You look pretty good." And he said,
Hey, well, potato chips only get you so far. It's what you put your work into that gets you physique.
Oh, potato chips. That's new. I've never heard of that diet before. Wow. We should like hang out.
Oh heck yeah! I have a spot at my house. Nobody's ever home, so it'd be perfect.
Oh, that doesn't sound scary at all. Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. Yeah. I don't have a car, but I can write down my number for you.
Oh, Oh yeah, okay.
And as soon as the number was written, her fate was sealed.
He's a good guy now.
He is a good guy, but she dies anyways, remember?
So, 3 weeks later, after the number's been given, poor Rebecca was her name. Rebecca gets a phone call.
Hello?
Hey, do you remember me?
Henry, right?
Yes, yeah. It's me, Henry. I was just wondering if you still wanted to come over to my house. Nobody's here right now.
Oh, you said that last time. Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Do you need an address?
No, I know where you live because everyone called you the psycho house.
Okay, perfect. Then yeah. Okay, I did forget about that. Yeah. If you can be over in, I don't know, 5 minutes, is that okay?
Yeah, I have a car.
Oh heck yeah, okay. Just make sure if you have some potato chips, I would love those, thank you.
And then she headed to his house, and I don't know. We talk about how they fall in love and stuff, and how like everything's going good. He's fully redeemed his life.
Not fully in love, but like
They're
he
together.
walks in and she's like, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna change, he's still got his waist changed, but now she walks in and he's practicing his knife
Oh
throwing.
shit! Yeah.
Okay,
She arrives at the house. Unknowingly,
hold up. we gotta
Henry
go
was
back.
still okay.
We gotta set up where he's bored. Okay.
Okay.
While waiting for her to arrive, he got bored, so he decided why not practice some machete throwing at the door again. But
He
it was-
decided it would be the best way to get over past trauma because, well, exposure therapy works wonders.
So the same front door that he used to target practice the first time, he does it again. Shot after shot, he hits it directly in the middle. But little did he know,
Hey, Henry.
his date was arriving.
Oh, shit, sorry. Hey, Henry.
Oh hey!
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Oh, you need to read the whole thing. We need to do from when his date. He didn't know his date was arriving. We all fucked up. Okay. Little did he know. Charlie said, "Little did he know his date was arriving." That's all we have to do. We all the sound effects just on top of each other. Didn't even get like he didn't even open the door yet. It's like through his elbow.
The door had grown weak. Oh no.
Okay, just start from the top.
No, wait, oh.
Shit. Okay.
Go.
Say, little did he know his day had arrived. Are you crying?
That's funny.
Whoa.
Little did he know, his date had just arrived and was walking up the steps.
Hey, Henry.
Oh no, watch out!
Oh,
I don't know.
okay, hold up.
You guys did not set that up good at all.
How did that not sound good?
Let's do
The
this
door
again.
opens and then you say, hey, Henry. She's not going to be talking through the door.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Oh
let's do
shit,
this
you're
again.
right.
Okay, let's start from where he's throwing with accuracy.
Yeah.
You just do the narration, we'll do the voices. That
Okay.
way it's
Okay.
all good. So also the sound
Yeah.
effects.
Do you want me to do sound effects too? Okay. So he started to do his aim practice again for the first time since his father passed sadly due to unknown reasons. He threw shot after shot, perfect accuracy, the same door, the same place every single time. But little did he know, his date had just arrived.
Man, this is easy. Oh man, I just feel so bad for my dad. Oh, but at least I'm getting over it with this. And I'm really good at this too. Maybe I can make a career out of this or something.
Creak.
One last throw.
Hey, Henry.
Oh my!
He'd done it. A second kill with his machete throwing. She instantly flew back from the door and splat into mist on the pavement.
What have I done?
Her head burst in like a balloon against the concrete pavement. And his second dog came and ate it.
Henry remained silent the entire time, not a word uttered from his breath, other than. No way. Henry remained.
Dog, bro.
Just say like the last words that she said, echoing his mind or something.
Yeah. Henry remained silent the entire time, not a word uttered from his mouth, just the ringing words that she said to him,
Hey, Henry.
over and over, like a bell being hit with a fork.
Right as he was about to clean up the mess, his 5 other dogs that his dad left behind for him came outside and ate the corpse, so he had to bury all of them in the backyard.
But from this, he found out that feeling when his dad died, it was different this time. Instead of disgust and uncertainty of what had happened, this time he knew he had just killed. And he
Was
felt-
aroused.
He felt strange downstairs. So, using this unbelievable circumstance, he went back to his room immediately after burying the dogs.
And choked his hog till the night ended.
No, bro.
That's perfect. No problem.
say he found his old list from when he
Bro,
he
I'm
remembered.
hungry, dude.
Okay, well, Charlie, come on, we gotta
Bro
finish
can't
this at
think.
least.
Where's that? What is the end gonna even
The
be,
end
bro?